Hello and welcome to the Elder Scrolls Online Unraveled. In this episode, I want to take a look at Magicka cost reduction and whether or not there is a cap or soft cap on it. The number of 25% has been thrown around as a soft cap for cost reduction, but I'm not seeing it, and I'm taking the cost reduction pretty far past that point in this video. So I don't think that there's any cost reduction, and I'm going to show you why I'm saying that. Now this video is going to be a little different than the previous two. I'm going to try to pick up the pace and use some editing to get through the content a little faster. I apologize in advance for my shoddy editing. I am not experienced in that, and it'll show, I'm sure. We're going to look at 4 different abilities today, so let's grab their base Magicka costs. From the Restoring Light line, we're going to take a look at Rushed Ceremony. It costs 476 Magicka. And Healing Ritual, which costs 308 Magicka. Over in the Mages Guild line, we have Entropy at 280 Magicka, and Fire Rune at 420 Magicka. So I'm going to start by equipping some jewelry with flat reduced spell cost. It's a 46 reduction in Magicka between those 3 pieces, and I will take a look and see what our Magicka costs are. Rush Ceremony is at 431, Healing Ritual 263, Entropy 235, and Fire Rune at 375. Okay, now let's start spending some points in the passives. We're going to put 3 points in Evocation in Light Armor. Each point reduces the Magicka cost of spells by 1% per piece of Light Armor I'm wearing. So with all 7 pieces of Light Armor on, it's going to be a 21% cost reduction. Under our class abilities, we have Restoring Spirit. With 2 points in that will reduce the Magicka cost by 4%. And we're also going to put 2 points into Mage Adept, which is in the Mages Guild line, and it reduces the cost of Mages Guild abilities by 15%. And our last source for Magicka cost reduction is going to be the Seducer set, which with 3 pieces reduces our cost of spells by another 3%. So with all those effects, that gives us a total of 28% cost reduction. And that's going to put our Rush Ceremony at 343 Magicka and our Healing Ritual at 222. And lastly, with the flat cost reduction jewelry and the percentage reduction, Rush Ceremony is coming in at 309 and Healing Ritual at 188. For our Mages Guild abilities, we're going to be at 43% cost reduction, and that's going to put our Entropy at 160 Magicka, and our Fire Rune at 240 Magicka. And combining our 46 flat reduction from jewelry with the 43% reduction gives us an Entropy cost of 133 Magicka and a Fire Rune cost of 213 Magicka. Okay, time to go through the data we've collected and see if we can find any kind of signs of a soft cap or diminishing returns. There we are. Well, first thing we see is the 46 flat cost reduction is apparently only giving us 45 cost reduction. That's kind of awkward. I'm not sure what's going on there. I'm going to assume that there's some kind of rounding error between the 3 pieces, and when we add them together we don't get the full 46. I think that there's a rounding error there. If we take a look at the percentage reductions, 28%. Those numbers, 343, you'll find that that's 72% of 476, 222, also 72% of 308. We're good there. Our 43% reduction numbers on the Mage Guild abilities, you can whip out a calculator if you like. 160 is going to be 57% of 280, and 240 is 57% of 420. So we are looking good there. We don't have any diminishing returns out to 28% or even all the way to 43%. Now, when we combine that flat reduction with the percentage, this is where the confusion began, I think. I think what's happened here is when you take Rush Ceremony, you reduce it down by 28% to 343. Then you want to reduce another 46 off of that. It's only it's only natural you would subtract 46 off 343, get 297, and wonder why you're only getting 309, and assume that that's coming from diminishing returns. What's actually happening here is the order in which you apply the discounts. What you need to do is apply the flat discount first. So in this case, you would take the 46 off the 476, and then you would multiply by the 78%. You have to take the flat discounts before you can take the percentages, and that, if you go across all four of these abilities, that's what's happening, and that does fit for all four of them and all the other abilities which I've looked at off camera. So I think it's fair to say at this point that there are no signs of a soft cap for cost reduction. Well, that wraps it up for this episode. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you found it informative, and I hope that this format made it a little easier to get through. And thank you for all of the comments and responses for yesterday's videos. When I first posted them, I kind of expected them to get about 4 views and everybody to think they were terrible. So it was really great to have all of that feedback. If you do have any additional feedback, you can leave a comment below or catch up with me on the Tamriel Foundry game mechanics boards. If you enjoyed this video and you haven't already, please click like and subscribe so you can keep up with the rest of the series. And until next time, take care.